Good evening and welcome. So this is Chess and Wine. My name is ADB La. And now we're back with, let's see. Wait, no, honestly, it's an AYCC thing, right? But it's not an AYCC issue. It's the issue of Chess South Africa, the board, and awarding the colors to federation. So actually, no, FIDE Academy players, right? And obviously there was which was a problem. I don't know if you understand why it was a problem. But before I get into the letters which I'm about to read around, let me just get into try and make you understand why it is a problem, right? Let's see. ChessSA colors are qualified for, right? Chess South Africa colors or even Protea colors by players who play in the South African Junior Closed Chess Championships or the closed championships, the senior, which is the adult open championships, right? Yeah, but obviously by open I mean like it's open to juniors and seniors. I don't mean just female or by gender. But you understand that players have to earn colors, qualify for them, right, by a certain performance. And this is a standard. Usually, it was the top three, right, that qualified for the top three in each section, in each age group category, that qualified for the SA Protea colors. That's if I remember correctly. The top three would qualify for the Protea colors. And if an event like an AYCC obviously is open to players up to number 9, because the qualifying players from such events would be obviously the top 3 plus the next 6 players. So obviously it will be 9 players that qualify. So that means from number 1 to number 3 they qualify for the Protea colors, the Springbok colors, right? Those are those serious ones. And then now from number 4 up to number 9 would now qualify for the Chess South Africa colors, the ChessSA colors, right? Because again, they've qualified to go and represent Chess South Africa in the event, right? And again, we must remember that in order to qualify for those colors, it means you need to play the SA closed. In order to play the SA closed, whether it's a junior closed or SA closed, and there are some pre-requirements for it. For instance, is that you have to be a South African citizen, right? Yes, that is very clear. I'm sure everybody understands that. And that is why there's a South African colors, national colors that are awarded to players outside. So now people would ask themselves, why is it that it's a problem? And that's why I'm thinking, what was this executive thinking when they actually decided to award to FIDE Academies? But let's go through this together. So understand this, right? The AYCC qualifying criteria of allowing what do you call them? FIDE Academies and players from FIDE Academies and title players to come into the event. Now that is something completely separate from the South African qualification criteria for colors and obviously for representing the country. We again, this is something that is important. It's crucial to understand because, for instance, let's look at it this way now. This event was being held in South Africa, right? Like it was hosted by South Africa. It is in here in South Africa, and we know there are players who are playing in South Africa who are not South African citizens. We all know that from junior level all the way up to senior levels. We know that there's juniors who are actually playing chess within the borders of South Africa, but are not citizens of South Africa, right? But it doesn't mean that they don't train with the academies which are within the borders of South Africa, right? So it's possible that then in any of the academies that we have in South Africa, there are players, whether it's your KZN Chess Academy, your what do I call them? Zansi Chess Academy. They have which one have they mentioned? The Mabusela Chess Academy, probably, and all the other academies. Right? They may possibly have players who are not South African citizens who could not qualify to play in the closed, whether the junior closed or the SA closed, because they're not South African players. But because they would like to play the African Youth Chess Championship, which is open to all players, they could play the African Youth Chess Championships from here without representing their country because they couldn't qualify through their country by playing for their country, which is Mozambique, probably because they are based here in South Africa. They couldn't play the qualifying events in Mozambique, therefore can't represent Mozambique. They couldn't play in Swaziland and practice there because they were based in South Africa or wherever they're from. Like you have players like the Matfei, the Rogovs and such in Cape Town, in Western Cape. They could be part of an academy. Right? But then now if the academy now decides that it's going to enter those players, and those players are not South Africans, but the academy is based in South Africa, and it can allow players who are based in South Africa, whether they are nationals or not, or internationals, to come and play. If that academy now decides to register those players in the African Youth Chess Championships, so simply because those players were registered by the academy that is based in South Africa, does that mean now that these players are meant to be wearing South African colors? Does it make sense that those players would now have to wear the ChessSA Federation colors and obviously appear there as if they are representing South Africa? Would that make sense? No. Which is why it made no sense that they would allow a cut. Because for that reason, here is number one. And number two, the fact that the people that earn the colors had to qualify for them through the tournaments. Obviously, the selection tournaments, the AYCC24, the South African Junior Closed Championships. Right? So now awarding others just because they're coming in through an academy and the academy has a slot. It also devalues the colors. That is another reason. It's an argument that has been presented by a lot of people. Your Paul Wilson, your Lincoln September, who else have I seen presenting that same argument? That obviously this action devalues the national colors, the ChessSA colors, right? So that argument was sent, obviously, and there was a letter from Lincoln saying, Lincoln September saying that obviously if South Africa does not apply their selection policies and obviously the awarding policies for colors, there were going to be issues, legal issues, litigation issues, right? And South Africa just obviously responded through this letter where they said that they had a very very long meeting starting from 7 up until 11:30 to reflect. Yeah, I think the line says that the National Council of Chess South Africa held an emergency virtual meeting last night, the 12th June 2024 at 7 to 11:30 to reflect, debate, and resolve on a number of issues, including but not limited to the following: national selections, colors, feeder debt, and so forth. Right? And at one point, they say, while the resolution, okay, so here's after a robust and long discussion, considering all facts and reasons for and against the proposition to award any colors, including ChessSA colors, to the academies, as was arrived at and implemented by ExBo elect, Council resolved that the decision be reversed, and therefore the awarding of colors to chess academies or to chess academies withdrawn. But if there is any of the affected players who might have bought the clothes already, must completely shade off the logo of Chess South Africa if they want to wear the clothes. Otherwise, they may wear their academy colors. But which would make sense. This line, it's also complex because the line should have simply read that the players must wear their academy colors because they were selected through the academy to represent the academies, right? But then they're saying, obviously, if you already bought, please shade off the ChessSA logo, cover the ChessSA logo, and then you can continue to play. So that means you'll still be wearing the green and gold, the colors of South Africa, but without the emblem that says you're part of Chess South Africa. You see what I mean? So, which is obviously, it's okay. It's senseless that you would have to wear the color and obviously cover the logo, because again, you're still wearing the colors. But again, it's a bit of a compromise that you at least do something for us, cover the logo if you already bought and you don't have the money to now buy your academy colors. Academy colors was the best solution. So now again, after that had happened, after everyone is happy, okay, at least Chess South Africa has listened and they are acting. This is how they've acted. There obviously comes the letter from Mr. Lincoln September that is dated 25 June saying, dear the Council of Provinces, Chess South Africa, dear members of the Council of Provinces, and the subject is gratitude for intervention in National Federation Colors issue. I am writing to express my heartfelt gratitude to the Council of Provinces for your intervention in the recent saga regarding the National Federation Colors. Your involvement has demonstrated that ethics and fairness do indeed prevail, and that the interests of South Africans chess players are a priority for you. Your decisive action has not only addressed a critical issue, but has also reaffirmed the commitment of the Council to uphold integrity within our sports community. It is clear that you are dedicated to ensuring that all players are treated fairly and that the rules and regulations are followed by all members of the Federation. As agreed, I have seized all legal action in this matter to provide the Council the opportunity to resolve the issues at hand. However, I feel it is important to bring to your attention a concerning incident that occurred subsequent to your intervention. Despite your explicit instruction that no Academy player should wear the green and gold colors without the ChessSA logo being grayed out, there has been a blatant disregard for this directive. Specifically, the president of Chess South Africa recently posted a picture of Team South Africa online in which his own child is depicted wearing the green and gold colors. This action not only undermines the authority of your instruction, but also presents a sad state of affairs regarding compliance and respect for the established guidelines. It is disheartening to see such actions from the leadership of Chess South Africa, as it contradicts the principles of fairness and equality that we strive to uphold in our sport. I trust that the Council will address this matter with the seriousness it deserves to prevent any further breaches of this nature. Once again, thank you for your invaluable support and intervention. I remain hopeful that with your continued oversight, we can foster a more equitable and just environment for all chess players in South Africa. Yours sincerely, Lincoln September, chess parent and administrator. Wait, before I come to this, because again, so the issue now is, though there was a directive, a very clear directive that says, no, in fact, I'm going to say a very unclear one, that says players cannot, who are coming from academies, cannot wear the colors. You see them. That's why, again, when you're reading the letter, again, it's concerning because, number one, fine, right? The directive said there must not be other players from academies wearing the national Chess South Africa colors. The president of South Africa Chess son was also coming from an academy. He was spotted wearing South African colors. But the issue now, again, let's assume that he's coming from an academy. So now the issue now is that he was seen wearing the colors, but what is it clear whether the logo was grayed out or not? Because remember, again, the directive says the logo must be grayed out. It doesn't say that they can't wear the colors. So there's a chance that he was wearing the colors, but the logo was grayed out. And there's a chance that he was wearing the colors without the logo being grayed out. So now this is a very, it's something that needs us to also see clearly the picture. Because the picture that I've seen, it shows a lot of players. And I don't even know which one of the players is the president's son. But I think it would be interesting to see if the logo was actually appearing. Because again, just wearing the colors alone is not enough. It's not a problem enough. Or is it? Because the colors can be worn according to the directive, that's why I keep stating that it was not clear enough, the directive. Because it should have simply said players coming from academies should wear academy colors. And players coming from South Africa through the selections should wear South African colors. So now when you have an issue like this, it's very difficult to prove. But, I mean, again, I don't think that anyone would write a letter without having that clear evidence. I mean, even Lincoln especially, right? So now this is actually a serious issue. And I think another issue that I had was at the end where it says chess parent and administrator, because I feel like chess parent doesn't carry any weight. But administrator, I mean, if the letter is coming from an administrator, you know that an administrator is speaking for a lot of people. This is the General Chess president. So obviously he speaks for a lot of parents, speaks for a lot of players, speaks for a lot of clubs. But a parent, okay, fine. I mean, everybody's a parent. Again, we're going back to the debate about parents and all that. But I just was wondering why there was a need to say chess parent. Maybe again to offer that sentiment to say, I understand the press. The parental issues involved. It's so crazy. But yeah, man. So that's basically what it is. So now we have an issue at hand where the players. Because if you look at the picture, it looks like everybody is wearing South African colors. And that is the first concern. No one seems to be wearing the academy colors. But not everyone was representing South Africa and not everyone qualified through the South African route. Again, I think it's a question of oversight, as I see that some people have been asking, what were the control measures in place to ensure that no one from an academy is wearing federation colors, South African colors? Was there someone checking as they enter the playing hall, your logo grayed out or closed out or covered? No, then you can't come in. Or before taking pictures, because we might be in trouble as Chess South Africa. Did Chess South Africa take care to do that? But again, a lot of investigations needed because it looks like all of the players in the picture are wearing South African colors. Is the logo visible or not? You decide. Do you identify a player that did not qualify via the Chess South African selection processes, but still appeared wearing the South African colors with the logo appearing? Whew, has a lot to deal with, man. Yeah. But anyways, we have positivity in the team, the FISU player, the USA team representing us at the FISU. Doesn't mean we must ignore this bit of negative vibes. But anyways, all the best. Oh yeah, maybe again, see that the funny thing is that this comes as an afterthought. South Africa came second place in terms of medals. Okay, represented, right? Second place after Egypt, because Egypt had more gold medals than South Africa had. But South Africa had more silver medals and more bronze. So in total, South Africa had more medals than Egypt. But the weight of the gold is much heavier, and that's why Egypt is number one in the African Youth Chess Championships. I think I mentioned somewhere that, hey, we must collect as many medals as possible. South Africa collected. South Africa represented. So shout out to all the players that represented, that collected medals, so players that collected tackles, the players that collected ratings. It has been obviously beneficial for South Africa. I mean, we've got a new IM, we've got some new CMs. I don't know if when you have a new FM, that is confirmed or not, if Rafael is going to be CM or FM. We've got new WIMs. We've got two. No, man, a beautiful, a lot of tackles were left here in South Africa. Good evening.